Welcome back to the ABCs of Unsolved Murders. Today, C stands for Carol Cole. On January 28th, 1981, in Bellevue, Bossier Parish, in Louisiana, a man hunting for local treasure stumbled upon a nightmare. In a wooded area, he found the remains of a young white woman. She had been there for weeks, estimates say 4 to 7 weeks, and she did not die peacefully. She had been stabbed 9 times. Investigators had very little to go on. She was estimated to be between 15 and 21 years old, with blonde, shoulder length hair, but it was her clothing that confused them. She was wearing a beige hooded sweater, a striped long sleeve shirt, and jeans, but the most specific clues were on her feet. She wore size 7 Yvonne Goolagong sneakers, a brand sold at Sears. Even more weird, there were names written on the shoes, including the name Michael Briscoe. Detectives followed every lead. They looked into the New Bethany Home for Girls, a nearby facility known for its strict dress code, thinking she might have been a runaway from there. They even dealt with a false confession from the notorious serial killer Henry, but over the years her case remained cold and Bossier Doe, as she was known, remained unidentified and her killer remained free. So fast forward to 2015, and the world's changed. There's DNA, there's social media, and a 911 operator named Linda Erickson who refused to let this case go. Linda saw a Facebook page dedicated to Bossier Doe and at the same time stumbled across a Craigslist ad. The ad had been placed by Patty Thorington, a friend of a woman named Jeannie Phelps. Jeannie had been looking for her sister, Carol Ann Cole, who vanished from San Antonio, Texas. The resemblance was striking. Bossier Parish detectives ordered a DNA test comparing the remains to Jeannie Phelps. On March 5th, 2015, the call finally came. Bossier Doe had a name, Carol Ann Cole, a 17-year-old girl from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Identifying Carol was a victory, but the investigation was far from over, because now they had to look at people who were there in 1981. Their attention turned back to a man named John Chesson. Why does he matter? Well, he's the man who found Carol's body in the woods. But there's another layer. Chesson was later convicted of another murder and is currently serving time. Carol's family finally got to lay her to rest in Michigan in 2015, but closure isn't the same as justice. So, for 34 years, Carol was a missing person who wasn't even officially in the system as missing for most of the time. She was a daughter, a sister, and a friend whose life was stolen. Carol Ann Cole's murder is still an active cold case. It is number 81-018329. While investigators have focused on people like John Chesson, no one has been charged in her death. This happened in Bossier Parish, Louisiana in late 1980 or early 1981. Maybe you lived there. Maybe you remember a girl in a beige hoodie. Maybe you know who Michael Briscoe is. It's been over 40 years, but it is never too late to do the right thing. If you have any information, no matter how small it seems, please reach out. Carol Ann Cole and her family need you. Contact the Bossier Parish Sheriff's Office at 318-965-2203. You can also submit tips anonymously through Crime Stoppers. Let's help bring the final piece of justice home for Carol Ann's family.